Hi you guys, it's Ruby from Oofy Scraps, and I am back with part 2 in the process of my Coachella album. So today we are going to continue working away at embellishing and finalizing more of these pages in my album. So I spent a ton of time and had a ton of footage of me literally putting double-sided score tape on everything. So I cut like 20 minutes of that out of this footage so you guys didn't have to be pained with watching me do that. So it's a little bit more choppy, I suppose, today, but hopefully that's not noticeable or distracting. But I'm using a lot of score tape in this album. That's kind of the adhesive I'm using lately. Anyways, I'm working on another one of these 3x4 inserts. So it's outside of the page protector, and this time I just used that clear patterned acetate that I got, and I made my own little like tab insert. And I like the way that these are coming along in my album. I did them a couple different times, and I think it's just an interesting way to interact with the album. It's just a small little thing that is kind of like a mini element. I don't know, I just enjoy the way it looks, and I enjoy the way you interact with it as you flip through the album. So I've been using this sticker sheet a lot. I don't remember what the collection is called, but it's an older American Crafts 6x12 sticker sheet, and it's very like summer, beachy, summer vacation themed. And I actually had this before a long time ago. And then months ago I was at, what's it called? Tuesday Morning, and I saw it again and I loved it. So I bought it again, and it works super well with this album. The colors go really well. There's a lot of very like summery sayings and like phrases, and I just use a ton of it. I also love, there's a couple of black stickers that are like black holographic, and I love them. So I'm going through my album now that I have like the foundation down with the last process we did. I can go through and see, you know, what needs what, I guess. So I had pulled this little embellishment that said "worth seeing." I think it was like a little phrase ephemera piece from Citrus Twist, and I put it with the floral sticker just underneath it. And then I'm going to do another little cluster on this photo. Again, I really am using the photos as the foundation for all of my embellishing and just designing of this scrapbook album, which I've really been liking. I've really been enjoying it. And using these bigger full page photos kind of forces you to, or at least it's forced me to work in a different way, because I'm not basing things off of the color of the paper or whatever. I'm doing it based off of literally the photo and where I have negative space to work. So I found that as an interesting challenge, but I've also really liked the way it turns out. So this is a really fun photo of me getting ready. We were leaving like the campground area and going into the festival before the Billie Eilish show. So I guess it wasn't before. I mean, it was before, but it wasn't like right before. It was still sunny out, and Billie Eilish was the headliner. So she probably went on at like 9 p.m. But we went back to camp to like reboot, get a little food, get our lives together, and then went back out into the festival. Again, that's like the best part about camping, is that it's super convenient to go at any time and like kick your feet up, make something to eat, and then go back out into the festival. So I got this photo of me. We were having like a photo shoot. I told everyone I wanted to get a good photo in my favorite outfit of the weekend, which was this really fun like mesh bodysuit that had clouds all over it. And then I had these sunglasses that were cloud shaped, and they had like gems dripping down that looked like raindrops. It was a fun outfit. So I was joking around saying how I wanted to get a good photo, and then everyone helped me get a good photo, which was a benefit. So definitely ask your people to help you get good photos when you want them, because otherwise you'll regret it, or at least I would. So anyways, now I'm taking one of my little pages we worked on last week where it was a fuller sized photo, but then it folded down into the sides of the page protector. And so I've pulled that out, and I've cut some paper down to size so that I can mat the background of this other photo. So this is a little bit confusing to explain, but you see what's going on. The full size photos that I'm able to print through Costco are slightly smaller than the size of the page protector. When they're on their own, it looks like a full size, but when you put something behind it that's truly the full size of the page protector, you can see the white around it, basically. So I matted the back of that photo That way, when I put the full size, like regular page protector size photo in it, you won't see white around the edges. It will be like a pattern paper. So you'll see when I slip the photo in. And I didn't adhere any of those down yet, but I probably will later on. But yeah, you can see now that the pink peeks through the sides, and I'd rather it be pink pattern paper than like white back of another photo. Now we're back to the nighttime photos from the Billie concert, and I'm just messing around with some more ephemera and stickers, and I'm going to do a little embellishment cluster here. I really loved the way these photos turned out because nighttime photos can be tricky with lighting, but there was so many bright, fun, colorful lights from the show itself that we had this like cool blue cast on us. So I kind of ran with that blue color as my kind of, I don't know, design scheme, and used embellishments that went along with that, and it kind of helped direct my scrapbooking. And there's one of those really cool black holographic stickers from that sticker sheet. It might have been hard for you guys to tell, but I loved it. And then this is another one of those times where I'm going to matte the back of the photo so that it looks like you can't see the paper in the background, I guess. Like I wanted it to be matted with purple instead of just seeing the back of this other paper. Anyways, this photo right here, it's a landscape photo of the stage, and you can see Billie is on both of the huge screens, and then you can also see her on the stage, I'm pretty sure. And like all the lights are coming down. This is, I think, my favorite photo in the whole album. It's hard to get a cool photo like that on a phone, in the crowd, in the moment. So I was really excited that I was able to capture that, and it just turned out really, really cool. So I love that photo, and I'm glad I included it, even though it is a landscape photo, and this album isn't super accommodating for a landscape orientation, I would say, just in the nature of the kind of traveler's notebook style arrangement, I guess. But I think it's really cool, and again, these albums are so small that it's really easy to reverse the album sideways or flip it so that you can view the photo in the orientation you need to. But then also looking at it sideways, I guess, it still looks cool. And I don't know, I really like it. And there's also not that many phones showing. There's that one phone kind of in the top right corner of the photo, but I have a love-hate relationship with crowd photos that have everyone's phone sticking out. Even though I am one of the phones sticking out, it's a little bit like unattractive to me, but at the same time it's interesting because I feel like it says a lot about the world we live in today, which is everyone's taking photos and like almost living life through this lens of their phone, which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. But anyways, so I love that photo, long story short. And then I'm working on another one here of those 3x4 little inserts, and this time I'm using one of the new Ali Edwards attacher stickers, which basically makes it so you can attach ephemera or whatever else right into your album without having to poke holes in it. And the side I'm working on right now is essentially just like a filler card. So I had a photo I wanted to use on the other side that is 3x4, but didn't have anything to include on this side. So I just created a bit of an embellishment cluster. I used a bit of cheetah print paper from the Color Fresh collection, I believe. And then I have these these tags from, I think, a Heidi Swapp, maybe Carefree collection. And one was black and white, and one was black and white with a little bit of purple. So I thought it was perfect for this spread, which was pretty purple. And I decided to just kind of layer those onto the 3x4 card. And I think they turned out really cool. And it's more of like dimensional because it's not just a perfect rectangle. They stick out on either edge. And I add journaling to one of them. So one of the tags, a larger one, has like a date, who, what, where, and then it says the story, and there's like lines. And then the other one, it's like a film strip almost, so it has 3 empty spots. And I thought about printing off tiny photos or adding a bit of journaling in there, but you'll see what I end up doing with it, and I think it turns out really cute. So some more double-sided tape, removing the little release paper. And you can see on the back of that tag, I had some orange washi tape so that it would, where it's stuck up, it wouldn't clash with the next page. So I like the way that that turned out a lot. And then I'm using my Jelly Roll purple metallic pen to write in the date, and then it was the Billie show. I don't add in the journaling right now because I wanted to confirm a few things on my phone in terms of like timing and stuff to before I like wrote right onto the card, and I film on my phone, so I couldn't do that. So then I decided to use these chipboard little embellishments from Citrus Twist, and I put one that says dream, one that says PM, and then in the middle it's like a white heart with different little words written on it, and I stapled through it. And I just filled that right in there, so this adds even more dimension, and it's cute and it works well. So I really like the way that turned out. And I used just two different purpley-ish ribbons to go through the holes of the tags. And then the photo on the back is from the next day. So we're on day 3 now, the last day of the festival. And that's my boyfriend making a really dramatic face because I'm always asking him to take photos or asking to take photos of him. And sometimes he gets fed up with me and like makes a stupid face. So I went with it this time, and I added the name of the restaurant, or I guess it's a restaurant, even though it didn't feel like a restaurant. The food stand, I guess, that we went to. So all over the festival, like I've said before, there's a ton of really cool food to try, and it's all from restaurants around the country. A lot of them are LA based. But anyways, this place is called Shrimp Daddy, and I personally do not like shrimp at all. But Steven loves shrimp. And this was like a Hawaiian shrimp bowl, and the bowl itself was a pineapple. So it was super expensive. It was $29 actually, but it was so delicious. And I don't like shrimp, like I said, and I really liked this. So probably not worth $30. Definitely not worth $30. It's that Coachella tax that they add to everything. But anyways, it was really good. So I wrote a little bit about that. We're already on to the next page here, but I wrote a little bit about that and then put a photo of my friend Olivia and I. The next page is of the Maggie Rogers concert, which is the reason that we went. And then the little photo I just slipped in there is of a trash can or a recycling bin. So they have this thing at Coachella called Trashed, I think. And it's about like recycling and sustainability. And they have different artists submit designs to decorate these recycling bins. And my friend Jasmine won, I guess, or was one of the selected artists. So she painted that recycling bin. So I went and found it at the trashed like area of Coachella, and I was really excited to take a photo with it. So that was really fun. Then on the back of that, I have 2 funny photos of my brother that I got from his phone, and a photo of Olivia and I. We have an ongoing joke that we never get good photos together. Like, we cannot take good photos together. For a while, it was that we never remembered, which I think is a common thing with good friends, is you don't remember to take photos together because you're too busy like hanging out, and then you leave and you're like, ugh, we should have taken a photo. Olivia and I always make a point to get a photo together, but we typically, it never turns out well. We went on a trip to Europe together, and we were on a boat in the Amalfi Coast, like the most beautiful setting you could be in, and all of our photos turned out ugly, and I swear it's just like we have bad luck. But anyways, on that photo, it was a full-size one of us sitting on the ground, and I put a little Ali Edwards frame that says "We belong together" around us, and I thought it turned out really, really cute. I like the way that worked. I love the way frames look in memory keeping, but I do have a difficult time using them. And I'm very attracted to them as like embellishments I want to buy, but I have a hard time using them. So I was excited to use them in this little layout. Now I'm working on the back side. I'm adding paper again, backing it so that you can't see the white space around that page. And then I use this really fun little like fruit print on the little flip over part of this page. And this is another one of those flip out photos that I used, and I really like this one. So I'm just slipping this back in, and then we will work on the other side. So this is a photo of Steven. Oh, I guess I don't work on it in this album, but it's a photo of Steven and him like looking back at me as he walks into the festival. But we're gonna skip to the end now, where I'm working on just a teeny bit of embellishment on this photo. So it's a photo of one of the art installations. Coachella is a music and arts festival. So they commission a ton of artists to do really, really cool, like huge, a lot of the times, interactive art installations, which is really cool. I was an art major in college, and I worked mostly, almost exclusively, 3-dimensionally. So 3-dimensional art installations, especially ones you can interact with on like a human scale, I think is really cool. So this is like a giant tube that you can walk in, and it has lights at night, and it's rainbow, and you can walk all the way up to the top. It's been at Coachella a couple times now, which I don't love that they reuse it, but I also like it because it's pretty cool, and I guess it's environmentally friendly to reuse it, which is cool. But I think part of the excitement is having a new stuff to see. But anyways, Steven and I actually did end up walking through the whole thing this year, which I had never done before. It's a long walk to the top, but it is air conditioned inside, which is awesome. And we're almost done now, but I'm going back and adding these little index tabs that I got from Ali Edwards right on to the flip out pages. So this is what I was talking about earlier. I knew I added more to this, but just not right now. So I took these are word phrase strips, also from Ali Edwards. They're really big though, which is kind of hard sometimes, but for this instance, it works really well. So this one is like a corally color, and it says, "Go here next," and it's because I'm following in the photo. You can see like I'm following behind him. So I thought it worked out well, and I think this just made it even more obvious to people that you flip it out, because I find that my family and friends who aren't scrapbookers sometimes don't like notice the cues to interact with pages. So I thought I would add that to make it even more obvious, and just, layers and whatever. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add a little bit of pom-pom ribbon to this one page. I did want to add it throughout the album, and I kind of forgot about it, and then I was like, oh, I wanted to do that. But then a lot of my pages, it wouldn't have worked well based on how I had already embellished them and stuff. So I thought it worked with this page, so I went ahead and added it with just some double-sided tape, and then I used my tiny attacher to staple it down. And that is it for this video. I'm going to give you guys a quick little flip through of everything we worked on, but we're cruising through it. I think one more big embellishment video, and then we'll be all done, and we'll be doing a final flip through. So definitely keep a lookout for that. Subscribe so you don't miss that next video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Have a good day. Bye.